What if the ultimate deconstruction of the global fossil fuel empire was not engineered by political protocols, but by the silent, absolute manipulation of Maxwell's equations within a closed copper matrix? For over a century, human civilization has been trapped in the chaotic, high-entropy paradigm of the internal combustion engine. We calibrated our entire global infrastructure to the violent choreography of pistons, the thermal stress of cylinders, and the systemic degradation of hydrocarbons. But beneath the surface of this primitive mechanical illusion, a silent, high-efficiency variable has systematically re-engineered the kinetic future. The electric motor, an elegant manifestation of electromagnetic field theory, has emerged from the historical shadows to liquidize the traditional mechanics of transportation, robotics, and cybernetic automation. It does not generate momentum through thermal explosions. It commands vector forces through the invisible, non-negotiable laws of the universe. To comprehend the architectural evolution of the next century, we must first decode the internal physics of the electric motor. If you are intellectually prepared to penetrate the pure engineering genius that is dismantling the internal combustion matrix, hit the like button, subscribe, and let us analyze the silent machine. To truly understand the thermodynamic superiority of this technology, one must analyze the brutal reality of mechanical friction versus electromagnetic elegance. The traditional gasoline or diesel engine is a thermodynamic catastrophe, bound by the cruel constraints of the Carnot cycle, wasting up to 70% of its fuel energy as chaotic heat, noise, and vibration. The electric motor, operating on a higher mathematical dimension, achieves a kinetic efficiency that routinely exceeds 95%. Its structural topology eliminates hundreds of friction-inducing moving parts, reducing the entire mechanical system to a flawless dual-component matrix, the stator and the rotor. The stator is the stationary outer perimeter, a highly calculated array of low-loss laminated steel cores wound with ultra-pure copper coils. When a three-phase alternating current flows through these precise geometries, it generates a rotating magnetic field that sweeps through the internal vacuum at a synchronous speed governed by frequency. Suspended precisely within this invisible force field is the rotor, caught in the relentless magnetic flux. The rotor experiences an existential torque, transforming raw electrical current into pure, instantaneous angular momentum without a single drop of fuel. This architecture unlocks the definitive weapon of the electric paradigm: instantaneous maximum torque. In the old automotive matrix, a vehicle was inherently limited by its engine's power band. A combustion engine must mechanically rev up to thousands of rotations per minute just to reach its volumetric efficiency peak, requiring a massive, complex transmission system to artificially manage the power output. An electric motor completely bypasses this mechanical delay. The exact millisecond electrons penetrate the copper windings, the Lorentz force is fully realized. Maximum magnetic attraction and repulsion are delivered at 0 RPM. There is no latency, no compression stroke, and no mechanical gear buildup. A single, compact electric drive unit, small enough to fit inside a backpack, can effortlessly generate a torque density that obliterates a twin-turbocharged internal combustion engine. By stripping away the transmission, the drive shafts, and the thousands of moving components prone to thermal fatigue, the electric motor redefines reliability as a purely mathematical certainty. As cybernetic engineering advanced, the technological landscape fractured into two dominant electromagnetic methodologies: permanent magnet synchronous motors and induction motors. The permanent magnet variant utilizes advanced rare earth elements, such as neodymium and samarium cobalt, embedded directly into the rotor's core. This configuration creates a constant, incredibly intense magnetic flux, delivering unmatched power density and hyper-efficiency at lower operational speeds, which makes it the absolute standard for advanced electric vehicles and high-precision aerospace robotics. However, this design remains bound to the volatile geopolitics of rare earth extractions. On the opposite side of the structural spectrum stands the induction motor, the legendary non-contact design pioneered by the geometric genius of Nikola Tesla. This architecture completely abandons permanent magnets. Instead, it utilizes the law of electromagnetic induction to physically generate a secondary magnetic field inside the rotor using nothing but the stator's shifting lines of force, while exhibiting a slight efficiency penalty during initial acceleration. The induction motor possesses unparalleled structural durability and dominates high speed, heavy-duty industrial infrastructures where mechanical failure is not an option, but the most profound paradigm shift occurs when the electric motor completely reverses the classical direction of entropy through the mechanics of regenerative braking. In the conventional mechanical universe, stopping a vehicle meant utilizing friction to violently convert kinetic energy into wasted environmental heat. The electric motor transforms this linear waste into a closed-loop thermodynamic ecosystem. The moment the acceleration command is reduced, the system's power electronics instantaneously invert the phase angle of the current. The vehicle's kinetic momentum now forces the rotor to spin faster than the stator's magnetic field. In a fraction of a millisecond, the motor transitions into a highly efficient generator. The mechanical inertia of the vehicle is converted back into an electrical current, generating a massive electromagnetic counterforce that rapidly decelerates the vehicle without physical friction, while simultaneously pumping high-voltage energy back into the battery chemistry. It is a flawless kinetic feedback loop where the act of slowing down becomes the act of power generation. Now, as we stand on the frontier of a new civilizational epoch, the electric motor is undergoing its most radical topological mutation since its inception, the transition from radial flux to axial flux geometry. For over a century, standard electric motors relied on radial flux, meaning the magnetic forces traveled perpendicularly from the center outward. Axial flux technology completely rotates the magnetic vector 90 degrees, forcing the magnetic lines of force to travel parallel to the rotational axis. This geometric revolution allows engineers to design motors that are exceptionally flat-shaped like a thin disc rather than a heavy cylinder. By altering the direction of the flux matrix, axial flux motors slash the physical mass of the machine in half while simultaneously doubling its torque capacity. We are now entering an era where these ultra-lightweight, high-torque discs are integrated directly inside the wheel hubs of intelligent vehicles and autonomous drones. This gives artificial intelligence systems independent, microsecond control over every single kinetic point of a machine, laying the raw physical foundation for true autonomous navigation and advanced android locomotion. What, then, is the ultimate philosophical verdict on this electromagnetic phenomenon? The electric motor is not a mere component within the transition to clean energy. It is the definitive kinetic driver of human evolution. From the micromotors executing precision movements in surgical robotics to the gargantuan propulsion drives navigating global shipping arteries, it operates at the absolute limit of physics, silent, clean, and mathematically supreme. It has liberated kinetic energy from the geochemical prison of fossil fuels, unlocking a civilization where power can be captured from a star, transmitted across a grid, and translated into flawless mechanical motion with near-zero entropy. The age of mechanical violence is dead. The matrix of absolute electromagnetic dominance has officially begun. Prove you are human. Are you a real human engineering enthusiast who watched this deep dive till the very end? Or are you just a dead bot scrolling through the internet matrix? Prove your existence right now. Leave a comment below with the word Maxwell, hit that like button, and subscribe to help us break the algorithm for the next chapter. Thank you for watching Real Human. Stay free.